Well, it's almost 12:30. I still can't go to sleep. Hello. Now I told you. I told you if we got on the the old internet way back machino, we could find something. Francesca talking about toxic masculinity. Now I know some of her bit here is comedy. I mean, she's kind of funny, not terrible, but we were just talking about Jordan Peterson getting a little teary-eyed over incels and how he's a crybaby. Now I wonder, me wonders if Francesca has anything to say about men being more sensitive.
Not all men will click away from this video about toxic masculinity.
Okay.
Because we know that men are also hurt by sexist gender roles and a lack of gender equality. From small things like having to pretend you like BattleBots, to pretending you have allergies every time you watch The Notebook, to real traumas that can lead to things like mass shootings. We're talking about the men and, the white supremacists who suffer from, perpetuate, and prey on toxic masculinity.
The white supremacists. Let's see. Well, we had to go there, didn't we? Gotta do it. Hello, Alec. Hello, Riggs. Where the hell you been? Long time no see. Good to see you again. Okay, Franny, let's go. She was kind of cute. I know. The Simpanzee
It's not an easy time to be a
Express.
man. Women's marches, the Me Too movement, I can see how some men might feel lost when it comes to knowing the role they play, or might feel like the treehouse of victimhood has a sign on it that says, "No boys allowed."
I just have a feeling this is going to be...
The truth is, men, you've been in the treehouse this whole time. Your side just has a roof and a PS4. Because men suffer from patriarchy in similar and yet very different ways. And
we suffer from patriarchy. Is that right? Well, I was wondering what my problem was. I thought I was just an asshole. No, I'm a victim of the patriarchy. Okay.
I'm not saying that. He is.
What about all the boys who are profoundly affected on a negative way by what some adult man is doing against their mother, themselves, their sisters? What about all those boys? What about all the young men and boys who have been traumatized by adult men's violence? You know what? The same system that produces men who abuse women produces men who abuse other men.
Damn. If that guy gave locker room pep talks, there would be no more locker room talk.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like breathing heavy. It's like he's pretty excited to be at that TEDx talk. That's pretty good, huh? Hey, Shinobi, good to see you again. Schlitz Malt Liquor is here. Hi. I know, you put an attractive girl on the channel, look what happens. Everybody shows up.
He's right.
Yeah.
Women and men are both victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. And men are the ones who are more often the perpetrators towards everyone. So if we know what we have in common, what are the problems that are unique to men?
Yeah, let's talk about that. What problems are unique to men? Go on.
While women are told to be obedient, that they're too emotional, and
Now remember, this was 4 years ago. I mean, can you imagine things have changed a lot in some ways and haven't changed much? Well, what did she say? Women are told by whom to be obedient.
we know what we have in common. What are the problems that are unique to men? While women are told to be obedient, that they're too emotional, and that
well, they don't listen.
they already have 3 crop tops exactly like that. What are the messages that men and boys get?
Growing up as a boy, we was taught that men had to be tough, had to be strong, had to be courageous, dominating, no pain, no emotions, with the exception of anger and definitely no fear.
No fear.
I wonder if we were told that growing up, or we just kind of are that.
Well, I guess that explains my older brother's fashion choices in elementary school.
It does, yeah.
Also his crippling depression. And since the plebes among us still watch commercials, we know that real men should shave like a man, smell like a man, wash like a man / feel like a man, have the essence of man. And if you're ever tempted to drink something unmanly like sangria, instead grab a glass of Adam Carolla's Mangria.
Mangria, okay.
A little red wine, a little vodka, a little orange juice, a little pixie dust, and
put it in there. It's magic.
pow.
unicorn farts.
But I'm telling you, it's good for what ails you.
Because whatever it is that ails you now, tomorrow what ails you will be the worst hangover ever.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have drank all this mangria. Dr. Drew, put me back on Love Line. Thank God those messages just come from commercials and not the news.
Now, let me just pick apart a little bit. Just a little bit. So she's talking about commercials that, smell like a man, Old Spice, Barbasol, blah, 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 blah. What do you suppose the percentage of commercials geared in the direction of women saying the same thing? What do you suppose the percentage? What's the divide between, you smell like a woman, refresh your hoo-ha with whatever, 75, 80%? So men get a Barbasol commercial and women get 17 commercials for nail polish. Oh, that's the patriarchy too. Oh, now it's coming together for me.
I have some hard and fast rules for the way men should dress.
Okay.
No open-toed shoes, no jewelry other than a wedding ring or a watch, no highlights, and no makeup. And I am sad that we live in a culture where I actually need to articulate these things.
Yeah, see, this was 2010. Things have changed a little bit in the past 12 years. See, now men or those who identify as are encouraged to wear makeup. Men can do whatever the hell they want. They can even become a woman just by saying so. It's amazing. Just a mere 12 years down the road.
And I'm also sad you articulated those things because they're supremely tone deaf. Forget campus rape, unequal pay, or domestic violence.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right.
Birkenstocks are
You knew it was coming, right? You knew it.
the real enemy.
Yeah. Some men have really ugly feet, so maybe they shouldn't do the sandal thing, right? Let's go back.
Those things because they're supremely tone deaf. Forget campus rape, unequal pay, or domestic violence.
No. We won't forget because it's talked about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Birkenstocks are the real enemy.
Not so much, though, since the Clary Act report dealing with particular crimes on campus actually has the numbers. Remember Lacey Green? What was it? 1 in 4, 1 in 3, 1 in 2, 1 in 1. Not true. Do you think people would be happy about that? No. Nope.
Also, no makeup? Are you not watching the Queer Eye reboot?
That's what I'm saying. I like the original Queer Eye. I didn't see the reboot.
Episode 1's lonely Georgia truck driver just got a comprehensive skincare routine to tame his redness, and he is looking fly.
Yes! He's looking fly? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, I haven't heard that for a while. Hey, man, he's looking to fly. That looks like Scotty with the greasy hair and everything.
Flare up!
So society tells men they must behave in a certain way, but what about the ways they're told to behave towards women?
Yes. Yeah, what are we told? See, here's another thing, guys. I don't think I have to beat this dead horse, do I? Although it's late, and what the hell? Polska Bob is here. Hello. MGTOW Cowboy is in the building. Alec Shinobi Wan. So, what does society tell men about how to behave toward women? Well, men behave toward women the way women want men to behave. Because we want to get poon. So whatever rules women set up, men will follow them to get the poon. Okay?
That men are superior, women are inferior.
Who says that? Who says that? No one.
That men are strong, women are weak.
Women are not as strong as men. It's a biological freaking fact, Reverend. Sorry. I mean, you might not like it. On average, men are stronger than women. I'm sorry. Blame God. Blame the Lord Jesus.
That women are of less value.
Who says that? Who says that? Besides you right now, Reverend. Who says that? Women are of less value than men. Are you fucking kidding me? No. I mean, what can you even say?
Property of men.
Oh, God. Yeah. Come on. What fucking decade are you talking about, bro? I'm sorry. Is that racial? Let's go back to let's hear this guy again. Let's give him a fair chance. What are we taught to believe about women?
Towards women.
That men are superior, women are inferior.
Yeah. I don't know who teaches that.
That men are strong, women are weak. That women are of less value. Property of men.
There. Well, I was never told that. So maybe you were told that since you're a little older than I am. I don't know, but I really doubt it. So why are you lying? Why are you making up bullshit? No reasonable person believes any of what you said. Go ahead.
And objects, particularly sexual objects.
Oh, yeah, the objects. Oh, God. Remember all that shit with was it Sarkeesian? Oh, the object and the agent and oh, my God. Dude, that was, maybe we'll go find one of those.
That makes total sense if you've watched any TV or movies.
No. Nobody thinks that, Francesca. You know what that man said is he's full of bullshit, is what he is. No one believes women are the property of men. Women are inferior, of less value than. Are you kidding me? Just from the one aspect, the one biological aspect, women bear children, which automatically makes them more valuable. What the fuck?
Since TV or movies were a thing, men are encouraged to see women as headless body parts, sexy love interests who can and probably should be stalked, conquered, and kissed, even though they don't want to be.
Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew. The cartoon. The entire gist of the cartoon was Pepe Le Pew confused a kitty cat for a skunk. That was the entire cartoon.
Body parts, sexy love interests who can and
oh, geez, you ever heard of how do you get butts and seats in theaters? Yeah?
probably should be
You put pretty looking people. I know.
stalked, conquered, and kissed, even though
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew.
they don't want to be. And in practically
Molly Ringwald. Hello.
every coming-of-age movie, a man's worth is purely defined by whether or not he has sex.
This is our last party as high school people.
God, was that long ago? Holy shit. Super bad? I guess that was a while ago.
Come with me on this voyage and just stop being a pussy for once, and we can fucking fuck some girls already.
Yeah. I even got some of Adam Carolla's mangria because
I mean, it's because, teenage boys, it's a patriarchal construct. Teenage boys don't want to get laid. No.
girls can't resist masculine
See, we got to see it in the movies to know that guys want to get with the girls. I know.
insecurity, blatant misogyny,
Yeah.
or vomit.
Right.
And all of that pressure takes a toll on men.
Oh.
As a boy, all I wanted was to be
God.
accepted and liked by the other boys.
Oh, God. I remember this TED Talk. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
But that
Justin,
acceptance meant
whatever.
I had to acquire this almost disgusted view of the feminine.
I thought I had to put on a show for everyone. I could not be myself, and I wanted to put on what society said was masculinity.
The fear
Society said that. Really?
of feeling anything is if I start crying, I may never stop. I might just cry and cry.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
How do you think we feel when we're PMSing and Toy Story 3 comes on?
Oh.
I have stared death in the face.
Hmm.
When all these traditionally masculine traits are taken to the extreme, you end up with what psychologists and journalists have called toxic masculinity.
Really?
A specific model of manhood geared towards complete dominance and control.
Ah. Okay.
that devalues women and emotions and overvalues extreme self.
I knew it was going to be in here somewhere. What'd she say?
And control that devalues women and emotions.
Devalues emotions. And so, thus, men should be more emotional. Isn't that right, Francesca? Now, what did you just say about Jordan Peterson? He was a big pussy. Crybaby. Well. Isn't he doing what you're about to tell us we need to do? Nope.
And overvalues extreme self-reliance. In other words, toxic masculinity is Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. That guy was the worst. Who eats raw eggs? That is not good for you. Next.
Hey, Adrian, I get up in the morning, I got 4 raw eggs,
Stop selling.
I got this car, Cobra. You can call me Cobra.
Manila City.
Whatever.
And toxic masculinity has been used to talk about a driving factor behind some of the most violent behavior. We already know that half of female murder victims are killed by a male partner.
That's terrible, isn't it? That's awful. So let's figure out a way to get that taken care of. Maybe more mental health stuff for men. Nope. We got to fund all the shit for women. We ain't got no money left for that. Oh. Okay.
Former intimate partner, but now we have the grim patterns found in mass shootings. Since 1982, 97% of mass shooters in the U.S. have been men.
Yeah, it's a shame. Mental health is the problem. Mental health.
And of mass shootings between 2009 and 2016, over half of the perpetrators had histories of domestic violence.
Against them, probably. They don't define what they mean, do they? They had histories of domestic violence. Now, what do they want you to believe? Well, they used to beat their women up or something, right? Is that really what they mean? Or is it they were victims of domestic violence? I wonder.
We know the Pulse nightclub shooter who killed 49 people abused his wife and was deeply homophobic. We know that the Texas man who shot 26 churchgoers had previously assaulted his wife and infant son. And we know that the guy who killed 3 people at a Planned Parenthood in Colorado was accused by 2 ex-wives of domestic violence.
2 ex-wives. It's not ever been seen before in history that in a divorce court, people are accused of things that may or may not happen or have happened just to get the kids or a bigger paycheck. Nope, never in history. Just doesn't happen because women never lie about such things.
And to think, if things were slightly different, he could have made a fantastic White House aide.
Now, here's the thing. These people that go shoot places up and murder people, there's something wrong with them mentally. I don't have to keep beating this horse. Everybody freaking knows normal people don't go out and murder people. There's something wrong in their head. That's what needs to be addressed. Get these people the help they need. How many of these people that went on their shoot 'em up sprees were on some kind of antipsychotic medication? Why don't we talk about that? Maybe they did get some mental help and they stopped taking their pills, etc. We don't know, do we? Why don't we ever talk about that? No, easier to just say they hated women. Okay.
Also, the shooters had unfettered access to highly powered, fully automatic guns, but listen.
No, Francesca. There is no unfettered access to fully automatic weapons in the United States. Stop fucking lying. Stop it.
Listen, I am not here to draw conclusions.
Well, let me help you. You cannot just go out and buy a fucking automatic rifle. You can't go to the Walmart. You can't go to the gun show and buy a fucking fully automatic weapon. You dumbass.
But the connections between toxic masculinity and mass murder get even scarier.
Okay.
Because more and more mass acts of violence are being committed by far-right extremists.
You guys knew that was coming too, right? Hello, Michelle Guevara. Banana is here. Hello, Banana. Yes, that's very, very interesting point. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Accused, exactly. Bingo, Riggs. Bingo. All right. Let's get back to Francesca. See, the alt-right Nazis are out killing people.
And deep-seated misogyny is often a pillar of hateful ideology.
Oh.
Some have even called toxic masculinity a gateway drug to other extreme views.
Okay.
Take the 22-year-old who killed 6 people in Santa Barbara.
Invariably.
He wrote and vlogged his frustrations about feeling like a loser because he didn't receive attention from women.
Well, he killed 4 men, too.
He wrote, "I will punish all..."
I think he just kind of hated people. You know what I really think, though, was his problem? Mental illness. I know.
Females for the crime of depriving me of sex. He also held racist resentment towards black men who had girlfriends, and new reporting shows that he was interested in Nazism.
You see, this guy was, I think his family was fairly well off. You know, they weren't starving. They had money. They had all that stuff. Pretty much a privileged existence. And this guy still did what he did. The guy was fucking nuts. There's something wrong with his head. Dear.
Or the Norwegian mass murderer who killed 77 people and wrote in his manifesto that men aren't men anymore, but emotional beings that are there to serve the purpose as a never-criticizing soulmate to the New Age feminist woman goddess.
Well, I certainly don't agree with somebody going out and killing people, but what he wrote is not that really... was he really wrong about that particular part? I don't know.
Wow. Someone took Yaz Queen a little too seriously. The alt-right preys on male insecurity and promotes its violent, toxic masculinity as a source of pride.
Are we going to get a picture of Stefan Molyneux? Probably.
Ahead of the Unite the Right march on Charlottesville, the white supremacist website The Daily Stormer called on its members to take the streets and profess that their membership has problems with women and feels emasculated. Then the same website mocked the appearance of Heather Heyer, who was...
So these guys are actual Nazis. This is not the alt-right. This is not a conservative. This is not most men. These guys are actual Nazis.
Killed by a white supremacist
there's something wrong with these people.
That day. In fact, a lot of what defines the alt-right bog of the internet was born out of a specific hatred of women. From the trolls who attacked female gamers in Gamergate.
The trolls. Gamergate.
To men's rights activism, which sees feminism as
Milo. Why are you picking on Milo?
an existential threat to men's rights, to pickup artists who prey on male insecurity.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Undead Chronic has a new video, Pickup Roaches.
About not having sex or not having a
mystery. Now, think about this. You might think Mystery is a scumbag or a hero, whatever. But the point is, women fell for it. They fell for this bullshit. Oh, my God.
enough sex and then selling them tips on how to act more like a dude.
The evil Roosh. Oh, look at that. He's a Trump supporter. Oh, no.
Douchebag in hopes of seducing women.
Psychology of beta. Okay.
Listen, if it didn't work for Gaston, it's not going to work for you.
You see, Roosh's website was so popular that he shut it down. See,
haven't you seen the end of Beauty and the Beast?
Some of the shit they were spewing over there was nonsense.
Or lingo, like the insult
I can't even think of what it was called. Return of Kings?
cuck, which is meant to emasculate men whose partners cheat on them.
Yeah, well, that's
or being red-pilled, where men miraculously wake up to the fact that feminism is secretly about achieving female world order, where everyone is forced to watch beaches and French braid each other's hair, which
no, not the red pill. We can't have that.
Is totally not.
When was this? It was 18. So was the red pill movie out? I think so. Yeah.
Just listen to Richard Spencer, white supremacist and the guy who made corduroy evil, talk about women's rights.
All right, yeah, the Nazi, Francesca, the Nazi.
Feminism has seduced many women into thinking that, oh, men are wrong. I need to be myself. I need to have a career. I need to do this.
Yeah.
They wake up, they're 45, they're living with cats, and they are extremely unhappy.
Now, nothing he said has anything to do with Nazis. He's talking about the reality of what some women face due to this feminism, you go girl, career, blah, 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 blah. He's not lying. I mean, even a broken clock can be right a couple times a day, right?
Okay, listen, I'm not going to ruin my manicure picking apart all that bull, but
all right.
Happy with cats? Let's see, would I be happier staying at home, cuddling with my soft, adorable kitty all evening, or sitting across a dinner table from your ass as you mansplain your manifesto on white ethno-states?
All right.
I think I'm choosing Mein Kitty over Mein Kampf. And what binds all these
Cute.
disparate strands of toxic masculinity that the right feeds and foments together?
Oh, the right does. Okay, go ahead.
Who is their alpha male? A man so toxic, he glows orange.
Ugh.
So yes, women would rather spend the night with a pussy than be grabbed by it.
Oh, okay, that was cute. That was cute.
Because masculinity doesn't have to be defined by being tough or having a lot of sex or buying a bath bomb shaped like a grenade, because otherwise bubble baths are too feminine. Because increasingly, for both men and women, our safety, our communities, and hell, even our mental health, and definitely our presidency, depend on redefining what masculinity is.
Okay.
But again, don't take it from me. Take it from the men who are doing it.
I challenge you to see if you can use the same qualities that you feel make you a man to go deeper into yourself. Are you brave enough to be vulnerable?
Are you brave enough to show your emotions? Well, if you're Jordan Peterson, though, it doesn't matter. He's a Nazi.
Passion, purpose. We're redefining manhood. Heart of a man is helping men be themselves and open their hearts.
We also owe it to young men who are growing up all over the world in situations where they didn't make the choice to be a man in a culture that tells them that manhood is a certain way. I hope that going forward, men and women working together can begin the change and the transformation that happens so that future generations won't have the level of tragedy that we deal with on a daily basis.
Men act the way they do because women want them to act that way. Just that simple. They won't take responsibility for it, though. No, it's not women. It's other things in society. It's the patriarchy. Yeah.
Yes, kings. So maybe don't drink the mangria flavored Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Because it's been roofied with toxic masculinity. Thanks again for watching News Broke. I'm Francesca Fiorentini. You can follow me on Twitter at FrannyFio. No trolls, please. And also make sure to share this video with your networks and let everyone know that it's not unmanly to...
You know, I just can't get enough of Francesca. Let's go here.
Male fragility is a problem.
No.
That's why we're reviewing 2017's greatest moments in male fragility so far.
I liked your hair better than the other one.
And because we've already covered the fragility of these guys, and
why are you looking at me like I'm an object? Okay. Why are you ignoring me? Hello, Fast Act. Yeah. This is Francesca something. Used to be a big deal a few years ago. Now she's on TYT. And so earlier, she was bitching about Jordan Peterson crying like a baby with Piers Morgan. And so I thought, you know what? I bet if we go back in the time machine, I bet we can find a few places where Francesca tells us men need to be more emotional.
of course, this guy, we're going to go over the moments you might have missed. Fragility at the box office, in the workforce, and yes, over one's hypothetical murder.
She's going to be talking about James Damore. We'll get there in a minute.
Deep.
Yeah. Go ahead. AJ plus. Now, for some reason, I was thinking that was A plus, or what the hell was the atheist plus? Remember that a few years ago? Maybe not.
Before we go on, let's just clarify that we at Newsbroke love men.
We love the dudes.
Matt is a man.
Yeah,
Our camera guy
Matt.
Hugo is a man.
Hey.
Our content strategist is of course a man.
Man, look at the discrimination. There's hardly any women here.
My cat is a no. Well, my cat's a lady.
Oh, the cutie kitty. Look at their kitty.
Thank God. What? And while patriarchy might concretely hurt women in the form of sexual assault, unequal pay, and a wasted afternoon watching makeup tutorials.
Okay. Let's just look at the stats.
Sexual assault.
23% of women report essay in college study finds. Okay. What does that mean? And what do they want you to think it means? Anyone? Bueller? The R word is a part of the SA. Not all SA is the R word. But go ahead, twist away, baby.
Unequal pay.
This was just 4 years ago. Still.
And a wasted afternoon watching makeup tutorials.
Yep.
Talking about patriarchy can hurt male feelings.
Oh.
It's called male fragility.
Oh, yes. Toxic fragility. Now, men are evil, toxic, macho, etc. Tough, strong, and manly. But we're also fragile at the very same time. Just like, women are strong, powerful. You go, girl, fishes, bicycles. But at the same time, they're victims of everything. How can that be?
Defensiveness at the discussion of sexism and the inability to accept or take some responsibility for inequalities between men and women by acting like, and I don't use this word often, a whiny bitch.
Whiny bitch. Ooh.
In a world where multi-million-dollar superhero movies
Excuse me. In a world.
never have female protagonists,
You got to have a dude do that. It's part of the patriarchy.
where girlfriends nationwide sit through yet another Transformers sequel, one theater chain dared to show screenings of Wonder Woman for women only.
Yeah,
And
I remember that. So, whoop-de-doo.
people got angry.
It's hypocrisy at its finest.
Yeah, what the hell? Who fucking cares, Matt? Jeez, I remember when people were making a big deal out. So what? God, it's like ladies' night at the theater. So who gives a shit?
And this is horseshit at its finest.
Now watch
I'm
this.
telling you, these
Fucking Sargon is bitching about this. Who cares?
feminists are just female supremacists.
If this is deemed okay, if we can have women only
I don't know who this guy.
screenings of Wonder Woman, then what's stopping us from having man only screenings of movies?
Nothing. No big deal. But of course, the feminists would have a fucking cow. Of course.
Shame is what stops you.
Yeah. Sure.
And the smell.
Oh.
Shame and the smell.
Smell.
Because men who believe in real equality in the real world know
Real equality. Yeah,
that women getting together to watch a movie about a goddess warrior doesn't pose a real threat. Plus, our goddess armies aren't ready yet. I've said too much. And there are men-only screenings of films. It's called Entourage.
That was pretty cute. Although Entourage is a very red-pilled show. If you've never seen Entourage, go ahead and look it up. A lot of red pill in that one.
But the Alamo did apologize to the city of Austin after two men filed complaints, even though, as one guy so bravely proved, theaters didn't actually prevent men from buying tickets to the all-female show. They just figured you wouldn't want to be that guy mansplaining reverse sexism during the previews.
See, it's not reverse sexism. It's either sexism or it isn't. Don't pull that racist bullshit with me. It's racist or it's not. It's not reverse. Okay. Now, these men who did whatever they did, likely Francesca, were trying to make a point. And the point being, if somebody tried to have an all-male, excluding female thing in a movie theater or anything, there'd be some feminist group suing the living shit out of them. You know it. I know it. And even Riggs Jr. knows it. Okay? Okay.
Next up is James Damore. You might have heard of Damore, a former
Yes, I
Google
have.
engineer who was fired for internally circulating a memo that
Okay, so you see, I understand what James Damore was getting at. And she's going to, of course, not going to say what he was getting. He was getting at that sometimes it seems that women are just not as attracted to engineering as men. It's not that women can't be engineers or they shouldn't be, but it just seems like there aren't as many women interested in coding or whatever. That's all he said. Now, here's where he fucked up. He put it on the internal Google billboard for employees rather. You see, that's where you fuck up. If you want to say these things, make up a name on YouTube, call yourself XYZ and say what you want. You don't put it on the, oh God, I should tell you, oh my God, I can't. The company I work at, they have an internal billboard, right? Where it's Twitter, I guess, for employees. And somebody was posting some stuff on some very, very controversial issues. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What the hell are you doing? I mean, it was get fired type stuff. Okay. I'll just put it to you that way. I don't know what happened, but don't do, no. Anyway, that's where Damore fucked up. Go ahead.
called Google's minority outreach and inclusion efforts discrimination, saying
well, let's think about it. Let's think about it. If you're going to hire an engineer, okay, and you want that engineer coder type person to be a female, that means a male will not be considered for that job. So that is that would be discrimination. Yes.
those efforts were a waste on account of biological differences between men and women.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's him wearing a shirt that says Gulag.
Don't explain the whole story though. Please don't do that.
Because Google is exactly like a Soviet work camp, except for the nap pods, volleyball, free sushi, haircuts, and massages. But other than that, it's pretty much Stalinism. After
I don't disagree with what Damore said. I disagree that he put it on the company. Fucking boy. Yeah.
he was fired, Damore denied
What did he expect was going to happen? I mean, really.
arguing that women were less capable than men at being engineers. It was that you idiots reading his 3,300-word memo complete with several citations that actually didn't cite anything didn't understand him. Even one of the researchers Damore cited wrote a response to the memo saying Damore misused his science.
Okay.
He said, quote, using someone's biological sex to essentialize an entire group of people's personality is like surgically operating with an axe.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. What he said was, it seems that women are less inclined to become engineers. Might be biological, it might be interest, might be personal choice, doesn't really matter. But I believe he said, biologically, it seems women would rather not do that. That's all. That's it.
To which Damore said, actually, women are biologically incapable of using axes.
I know she's trying to be funny. He didn't say biologically incapable. He said, it seems there might be some biology involved in what women choose to do with their careers. Not that they're incapable of being engineers or anything. Well, except maybe coal miners. They probably don't want to do that. Although, I believe there were a lot of females that did do coal mining at some point in England. But go ahead.
I mean, why are men
And children. It's
and lumberjacks?
Bad.
Science. But no matter, Damore, who says he may sue Google, has fittingly become a darling of the alt-right, which has both cheered him on and coddled him.
a darling of the alt-right. Stefan Molyneux. Yeah, it's been a while since we heard from you, buddy.
What's it been like for you? I mean, is it hard to sleep? Is it
Obviously, you're a Nazi.
hard to
I mean,
concentrate?
come on.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard to sleep. There was a surprising amount of attacks that were just at my race and gender.
I just can't get over what was this guy thinking to come up with this manifesto thing, whatever, and put it on the website of the company. God almighty.
Yes, having people classify you based on gender and race when you just want to live your life sucks.
Yeah, but it's okay if you do that for white men. particularly straight ones, eh? Yeah, perfectly good.
Women and people of color know exactly how that feels.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't like it, do you? But it's perfectly okay if you're a white dude.
And look, you've gotten job offers from other men in your male-dominated field that don't even know you. But
Gab publicly supported James Damore, offered him a job. Okay.
just assume that you'd be qualified, including one from Julian Assange, because that's what happens when your only friends are Chinese takeout boxes. And the last moment of male fragility you might have missed has to do with fragility about trans women having too many rights. This one comes from Tucker Carlson.
Tucker. Trans women having too many rights. Okay, this was 4 years ago. Okay.
The remaining Fox host who hasn't faced sexual harassment charges. Although, to be honest, his show is an unwanted assault on the senses. Back in April, Carlson had Caitlyn Jenner on his show, and she talked about the murder rate of trans women. She was concerned that Attorney General Jeff Sessions didn't care.
There was a letter sent to him to
God bless it. But I remember when Bruce Jenner was, still a dude.
Try to prosecute the murderers of these trans women as hate crimes, and he never even responded, which is extremely disappointing to me.
A few months later, the Department of Justice did say it would prosecute trans murders as hate crimes, but that didn't stop Carlson from getting fragile over trans women having the privilege of being a hate crime victim.
Well, I think you have to hate somebody pretty much to kill them.
I wonder if it's not just enough to prosecute someone for murder. Put yourself in the position of someone else. If someone you loved were killed and the murderer received a lesser sentence because your loved one was not a member of the trans community, you'd say, well, that's kind of unfair. I mean, we're all Americans.
Excuse me, what? Tucker Carlson is all lives mattering death, which coincidentally is death's favorite game. So, movie buffs, James Damore, Tucker resting dumb face.
Why did you put mundane Matt on there?
Carlson, don't worry. Men still have it good. You make up 85% of the tech jobs at the largest tech companies.
Really? Wow.
You still have 70% of speaking roles in films, and no one is saying some murder is worse than yours.
I wonder, Francesca, did you want to mention that college students are 60+% women? No, women are still discriminated against in college, so they need special shit. I see.
Unless anyone messes with Laverne Cox, then everyone's going to jail.
I don't know
Just
who the hell
let
that
women
is.
have some things.
Oh, okay. Let women have some things. All right.
Consider it our way of coping.
Here's another idea. If women want to be an engineer, they should take engineering in college. There you go.
With you.
Advice just for you. Oh, I'm such an asshole. Don't you love it? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? Assumed he was qualified. Whoa, where were you? Where'd you go? I saw something. Pooniti is here. Hello. Northwest something. I can't. Let me put it. It doesn't help. Pooniti. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Oh, you too. Thank you. I did say Pooniti. Yes, indeed. Pooniti. All right. Should we do? Why not? You want to do one more? All right, Franny. Let's see what other bullshit you can come up with. Huh? I found this one, another classic from the archives. From Al Jazeera Plus with Franny. Franny. Okay. Got the spinning wheel. Is it going to work? Maybe not. No? Well, I guess I'll reload it. Hold on. There we go. Now we're cooking. Maybe.
Also, something to keep in mind, pretty basic, but Louis C.K. Listen, only under intimate situations caress knob. Great.
Yeah. See, because Louis C.K. asked some girls if he could jerk his chicken in front of them, and they agreed. He was canceled. Wow. Man school. Yeah.
It's been
because we're all fucking stupid and we don't know you shouldn't do that. But he asked, and they said, okay, what are you supposed to do?
A year since the Me Too movement made
Sign it in triplicate. Do you agree to have me jerk my chicken in front of you? Yes, please sign the paper. Would that have helped? No.
headlines. And since then, we've realized that there are creeps everywhere.
Yeah, well, I suppose there are. They're usually guys you're not attracted to. Typically.
In Hollywood,
Oh, okay.
the news,
Alrighty.
in orange Crocs, which we should have seen coming, and now on the Supreme Court.
An accusation. Franny. An accusation. You act as if we have a convicted rapist on the Supreme Court. And probably many of your followers think that. Well, I'm sorry. That's not the case. Now, let's get all racial up in
For
here.
a second time.
An allegation. Both cases.
It's caused many to redouble their efforts against sexual assault.
And I wonder, was there any motivation, you suppose, between Anita Hill and Christine Blasey Ford? Suppose they were far leftist abortion lovers, and they thought if these two men got on the Supreme Court, Roe would be overturned. Well, guess what? They were right.
And others to miss the point completely.
It's a very scary time for young men in America.
Who are you scared most for, your sons or your daughters? I mean, right now, I'd say my son.
Beyond the trolls, though, some men are taking it upon themselves to right the wrongs exposed by the Me Too movement.
Oh, God. Oh, God, it wasn't all that long ago now, was it, guys?
Meet Matthew Solomon.
That was like a gold mine, by the way. That was the time to be making videos, right? There was just so much material. It was hard to keep up. All men are creeps, you bigot. I know. Especially the ones that she isn't personally attracted to. Yes, you guys aren't paying attention to what not to do to girls when you're taught that at the man school.
I am an empowerment coach. I specialize in relationships and communication.
Oh, God. Okay, hi, Matt.
And I wrote the book.
And I did comment on this video, by the way, 3 years ago.
Man School, Relating with Women in the Me Too Era.
Do men need a class on not sending an unsolicited dick pic?
A whole class on that? Maybe not. But as part of a class, evidently, because it happens all the time.
Okay. It happens all the time. So men are snapping pictures of their Johnsons and sending them to random chicks. Well, that's not a very good thing to do now, is it? Don't do that, man. There's your lesson.
Man School covers topics like rape culture and movies.
Now, one does wonder, by the way, if the dick pic was sent to a partner that maybe that broke up and they weren't in a relationship anymore. Look, he used to send me dick pics. What an evil man. Think? Do ya?
Movies, toxic masculinity, and issues that have stumped dudes for millennia, such as women are not men.
Franny. You could never foresee the future. But women now are men, and men are women, and everybody could be any gender they want all the time, no problem. And if you don't use my pronouns, we're going to throw your ass in jail. Well, that's what they'd like to do.
What compelled you to write Man School?
Women started posting their stories with the hashtag #MeToo.
Really? Is that what happened?
And even knowing the magnitude of it, seeing it there was so humbling and it was so overwhelming.
I wonder if more than a couple of those stories weren't really true. You think maybe there might have been something in there? No, women are always honest. Yep.
But there were all these men who had no idea, and they didn't know how to react and how to respond, because they would speak up and do the stuff that people do.
Things like harassment, gaslighting, whataboutism, and telling women their experiences don't matter. Yeah, we've been on the internet.
Yeah. Right. And of course, the whole thing backfired, didn't it? Now nobody believes anyone.
Do you find it ironic that you're a guy that has to explain all these things that women have been saying for years?
women have been saying for years. The poor women.
No,
Why not?
because I know that men haven't generally been listening to women for years.
And we haven't been generally harassing them either.
So you're like mansplaining sexism, which is
Pretty much to men.
it's like good mansplaining. If you're mansplaining to men, maybe it's good. If a man's I don't know. I've got lost in the
mansplaining, yes.
Space continuum of sexism. Everything you're saying sounds great, but how do I know you're not like that guy who wears the feminist T-shirt, but
Yeah, and he's a creep.
then like is secretly kind of a creep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know? I would assume that someone who is a male feminist is a creep until they prove otherwise. Just saying.
I'm not.
You sure?
Yeah.
See, now there's a difference between a male feminist and a man like myself who believes women should have all the rights that they have. But I'm not a feminist, though. No effing way. Thank you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, Matthew, let's put your methods to the test with a
All right.
real man school.
Let's do
We
it.
gathered 7 dudes in a room on a Friday to give them a lesson in how to be one of the good guys in the Me Too era.
7 dudes in a room. Okay. All righty.
And also to hear from them.
Welcome to Man School, unlearning 2,000 years of patriarchy.
Oh, God. Oh, God, this ought to be good. All right, Franny, entertain me.
Thank you for being here.
I would love to know from each of you and what you hope to get out of today.
Yeah.
Realized
They're paying me $5 and I got a free beer.
how sexist I've been.
Oh, no. You evil man, you.
And not even realizing that.
Excuse me, are you wearing inappropriate colors there? Are you culturally appropriating?
That was a problem.
Yo, it's been a continuous.
You think your name's Juan? You think that sounds like a Spanish thing? You could just wear Spanish colors like that, Mexican colors.
Process for
Man, we got more to work to do.
me to learn how to interact with women.
Okay.
Especially like compared to, I don't know, my freshman year of college where you get a ton of bad advice.
I've been getting close in relationships, but once I hit a certain point, I kind of screwed up.
I want to know from you guys, like, what are your
Phenomenal woman right there. Mm-hmm.
fears?
Men are becoming uncomfortable.
Oh, God. Andre, no, please. Oh, no.
In their own
No.
skin because of what we're
No. Oh, God.
seeing.
So is there a concern about where the line is, what you can or can't do?
You know, there are people who legitimately, when they interact sexually, play violence or something like that.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Here's the issue. Here's the issue. We're not talking about personal interaction. Of course, you obviously have to get consent. We're talking about the Me Too was this guy looked at me wrong at work, report to HR, and he gets his box of shit and walked out the door. That was the problem. Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to talk about how women can misinterpret things? No.
I think that's maybe one thing that some guys are worried about.
There is that fear, hey, so
God.
you get with somebody in Palm Springs during a film festival and you have mad rockin' sex because you drank a bunch of Tito's and soda. You know what I'm saying?
Why does this
And-
example feel not hypothetical?
Yeah. Yep. That's another part of this whole equation, Franny. Him and his girlfriend or whatever met at the film festival. They got drunk and fucked. And the next morning, she regretted it. Well, now that's rape, isn't it? She has one drink. She can't consent. Don't you know?
That's okay. They're sharing.
Yeah, that's never happened in the history of the world where people got lit up on booze and fucked. Nope.
Why isn't there like a consent app where like
There is. There is, sir. Yes. And you know what it means? Jack fucking squat. All she has to do is say, well, he coerced me into agreeing to that. He intimidated me. Boom. Rape charge. Yep.
People could sign in, and you just like yes or no. You know?
Yeah. And then throw it out in court because you coerced her, and you get jail time.
No, I think that would be.
I bet there is a consent app. I bet
There is.
that exists.
There
But
is.
my understanding is that consent has to be a continual thing. So like even if you hit yes, I'm down right now, you have the right to change your mind unless the app is constantly sending you notifications of re-up the consent.
Oh my
You know, here's the thing. Here's the way I look at this. I have no problem with consent during whatever. It's the after you're done. The next morning, she can cry rape and say he intimidated me, so I did this thing, and you can wind yourself up in a big fucking heap load of trouble. Even with continual consent during the thing the next day, she can say, no, I felt intimidated. I had a drink. He was bigger than me and I was scared. Whatever. Even with enthusiastic consent. You remember what's her face? Mattress Girl? Remember that?
God, they're pitching an app.
We're really going down the.
So let me ask you this: we're
really going down the path here.
some of the things that you as men do to ensure your safety on a daily basis?
Okay.
I try to have different passwords for all of my websites.
God. Okay.
Okay. So in regards to personal safety, women have shared 34 things that they do on a daily basis.
Okay. Let's get to the listola. But first, a word from the chat. Hello. Mad for Song 01. Hello. Good to see you. Lat QCD92. Yes. Grumpy Old Man's back. Hello. Channel 1-800 Dumb. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. It is 1:21 in the morning Central Time. Why are you still going, hamster? Why not?
Want me to read these?
Yeah.
Might even do
34
one more.
things in this is
For their personal safety.
walk with our
I mean, I'm not drunk, so why not?
keys grasped between our fingers in case we need to use them as a weapon.
Yeah, well, that isn't going to work. Sorry. It would be better to have a 9 million in the purse if you're really concerned.
Never leave a drink unattended at a party.
Nobody should do that. No one.
Run across the street when we see men who look like they might be drunk.
Mm-hmm. You think men don't do that?
Definitely do that. Make sure we're not the only woman on the subway or bus.
Uh-huh.
Parking next to a light post when it's dark outside. Decide not to open Facebook messages from unknown men who could see the message that have been read and become hostile and harassing.
Exactly. But again, I'm sure men have the same issue. So, okay.
Yes, you do become hostile.
Would never occur to me to do 90% of the stuff on that list, but it's shocking to see you go, yup.
You ever go on a bad part of town, bro? Bunch of drunk hooligans out there. They might not do one crime, but they could do other stuff. You know
when
what
you
I mean?
recognized.
Well, there's some ones that I kind of have questions about details on. Like, for example, if you do happen to be walking behind a woman at night, is it better to speed up and pass her, to slow down to build distance?
No, go to the other side. Yeah, the other side of the street.
What about bells? Could also work. We have whistles, you have bells. Well, just a very merry sidewalk. What else can we do to make women feel safe?
Use our male privilege to
Notice, feel safe. Feel.
call out problematic males.
See, no wonder women are freaking psychotic these days. They've been so indoctrinated to be afraid of fucking everything, especially men.
Go out and affirmatively express your support when there's an issue that's being discussed that's of importance to women.
But that would be considered mansplaining. See, you guys, you can't fucking win.
Some orange-haired knucklehead a couple weeks ago said it's a rough time for young men in this country. We need to be held accountable. We need to educate ourselves. We need to educate our young sons.
Well, we got to tell them not to rape women. Is that it? Okay, young man, don't. But what does that mean? Well, what it means now is if she felt bad about what she did with you last night with her consent, that's rape. Oh, so even if she says everything was cool, I could still be charged with rape? Yes. Maybe I just shouldn't. Yes, you shouldn't. Just don't even do it.
Her experience is her experience. The thing.
And what happened right after Me Too? Well, remember that? Remember the stories about men not wanting to have one-on-one meetings with females? Remember the girls were no longer invited to happy hour after work? Remember that? Remember men wouldn't go in an elevator with a woman by herself? Remember all that shit? And men were said, we need to man up and just stop harassing women. Mm-hmm.
Thing that she's telling you, that's what happened.
So, in other words,
not getting into the elevator and making her feel uncomfortable when she's in there by herself. We're trying not to harass women. See? No, it's because you're a pussy. You're a toxic man.
is helpful acronym. Bra. Believe rape account, homie.
No. Nope. I shall not. Thanks to Me Too, I do not believe it. Sorry.
Homie, we believe those rape accounts with heart, open-mindedness, intelligence, and empathy.
Nope. Nope. And in particular, the ones that aren't reported to the police. Oh, this guy did you call? No, I didn't. Well, I don't believe you. Sorry. If it really happened, you didn't call the police. You are the one perpetuating the rape culture by letting a rapist get away with it. So if you don't call the police, don't believe you. Okay?
So we're going to put that into practice.
Yeah, let's put that into practice.
And we need a volunteer.
Francesca is confiding in you something that happened, possibly a Me Too moment or a story with somebody who's been misbehaving.
Here we go.
And so you get to, as the man, get her experience and support her in that moment.
I know this is hard to hear, but
No,
your
it's not.
brother just grabbed my butt.
Okay. That is considered a sexual assault. And it's wrong. You shouldn't do that.
Completely. Like 2 hands, full palms.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, it sucks. He shouldn't have done that.
I mean, I'm surprised to hear that, but I'm really, really sorry to hear that because that's not okay. That's not cool.
No.
Is there anything I can do to?
No.
Just tell him not to touch your friends,
Yeah, you might have to have a chat with him.
Or tell him not to touch anyone.
Yeah.
Awesome. How was that?
I'm thinking about my own brother.
But I mean, we're talking about uncomfortable incidences here. Without question. Some stranger comes up, grabs you in the ass. Yeah. It's not rape. Sorry.
That would never. I can't imagine that happening without my own brother. So it was hard for me to sort of put myself in a place where I would relate to that. But I suppose that in life, you kind of have to get over that because
let's change the
there
story.
are people in your life that are going to.
Whoa. Come on now. Let me speak. Let's change the story a little bit. Frank, your brother raped me. What would you say? I would say, did you call the police?
Surprise you.
So
let's call the police now. Yeah. What would Franny's story look like then? Would it be like, well, I did and I was so scared. Well, okay, we'll do it now. We'll do it together. What do you suppose would happen? Probably get around to the fact that 90% of rapes, the man is not found, he's found not guilty. See, if it's even prosecuted, there's a 90% chance he won't even get any jail time. That about right? Sound like the feminist line?
For this next scenario,
I thought so. Yes.
Francesca is going to be playing the man who's saying inappropriate things about women. And so Juan here gets to speak up and be an ally.
Okay. So are there women in the room?
Brett is a really good guy. Like, I don't know what all these women are talking about. I never saw Brett act that way. I've known him for years.
You're a dude. You're not going to see it from him.
But I was with him through all of high school, prep school, college. Obviously,
I was roommates with him, and I went on every date he was
she's
on.
doing it for the money and for the fame.
Yeah. Did she actually say his name was Brett?
Name one of Cosby's accusers. One that got famous.
There's a tennis player.
Time out. Awesome. So in this scenario, we're getting into the debate, right? What if
there is. Yes.
Instead of arguing the facts,
why don't we just believe all women?
You came from, what do you suppose it was like for her?
Interesting. So I'm supposed to try to get him to empathize with the victim.
Yeah, try that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
How about you have evidence of the rape before you go around accusing a bunch of men?
Am I really friends with this dude?
What are you talking about?
What is wrong with what is wrong with what the fake man had to say? Is there any evidence of this? Was there a police report? Was there a trip to the hospital to get the attention, obviously the medical attention that she needed? Get the rape kit? All that happened? No. No police report, no rape kit. Called a rape hotline? Okay. That's good. Did they call the police? Did the police get involved at all? No. Sorry. Don't believe it.
You know me forever. It's Chad.
3 hours later, and these males are finally ready to be released back into the wild.
You guys made it. You've done man school.
And they get cookies.
Give yourselves a round of applause.
All right.
And while there are no cookies for doing the right thing in real life, there are in man school, and prizes.
I learned about bra, believe rape accounts, homie.
I need to be more sympathetic in conversation and ask more questions.
Yeah, well, just believe all women and get done with it.
Because the big two things to take away.
You don't really get too many opportunities to see people sort of open up and actually express what their innermost thoughts and feelings are about these things, especially men. So that was really refreshing for me.
What should women understand about men in the Me Too era?
That men are extremely sensitive. We have feelings and emotions that we're not really taught that we're allowed to have those, and then we sure as heck can't express those.
Do you think there should be a man school?
Absolutely. I think there should be a man school, there should be a teen school. Relationships and communication should be taught as part of curriculum.
So will men ever be able to unlearn patriarchy? Maybe not after one class, but hey, the first step is showing up.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Finish it, not men. Yeah, pathetic it is. It's terrible. And just because you're here, we'll go ahead and do another one. Why not?
I discovered that he had put images up on a porn site of me.
So did the cops help you?
No, they didn't.
Well, okay. All right. So she took nasty photos, naughty bits, right? Showing her stuff. And he did the revenge prawn thing on her. That's wrong. You should not do that. And I think there is laws in effect now that you can get in trouble.
Law enforcement,
as you should. You shouldn't be doing that shit.
Doesn't take crimes that occur online as seriously as they should.
My apartment door was kicked in.
They threatened to murder our children.
Okay, well, that isn't, that would be in real life. It's not online.
They threatened to murder our pets.
Is this Brianna Wu?
They stalked.
Another blast from the past.
This.
All right, here we go. Beyond survival. Okay. Yep.
I'm Ahmed Shahabuddin, and this is a story about 3 women with all too common stories of targeted online harassment.
Okay.
I spoke with a domestic violence survivor attacked with revenge porn,
right.
a former banker who was stalked online, and a game developer relentlessly harassed during what became known as Gamergate.
Yeah.
If you've ever heard the term Gamergate, you've also likely heard of Brianna Wu.
I went to see Brianna present her case to a caucus meeting in Cohasset, Massachusetts. Why is this such a serious
Why do they have so many S's and ETs in Massachusetts and Cossett?
Because
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't deal with Brianna Wu. It's terrible if what happened to her was true. And I'm sorry to hear it. There was allegedly threats, violence, all kinds of shit. It was bad. It was. Let's pull up an Anita Sarkeesian, shall we? Anita Sarkeesian. Let's see. Video games rant. Let's see. Remember this shit? This was at the same time, roughly, as the Gamergate and all that stuff. Or Anita Sarkeesian fails. Oh my God. Oh, look at this. A quartering. Oh no. Oh no. Anita Sarkeesian's return, tropes versus women 10 years later. Okay, Lauren, let's go. Oh, yeah. Lauren Chen. Here we go. All right.
Home together.
Yes, let's do that. Go to Lowe's.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again.
Okay.
Because we're working on something more real.
All right.
With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you.
All right.
And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
All right. Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today. Because
did he
Hey,
say,
Lauren.
excuse me, did he say she and he? Oh, no.
Here, let's talk about the enduring legacy of
I think Lauren was, she was pregnant at this time. You can see she's got a puffy.
Anita Sarkeesian. If you've been plugged into
Oh,
the
God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. The wicked freaking witch. Look at her. Oh, God. Now, if you guys don't remember, there's Gamergate. The long and short of it is there was some, I'm not gonna use her name. I don't remember her name. Some game developer, content creator, and I think the gist of it was, well, I'm not even going to say what the gist of it. I don't remember, but let's just say there was a big stink. This was about 7 years ago, something in that order, 2014, 2015, something like that. And Sarkeesian was right in the middle of it, the whole 9 yards. So let's go.
culture
Lauren.
war, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
for a while now. You will know that Anita Sarkeesian really was one of the first and original online activists to
Yep.
tell people that, hey, that thing you love, actually, it's super problematic because it's not progressive enough.
Right. There's chicks with, tight clothes on in the video game. So we can't have that.
And when it comes to Anita Sarkeesian, specifically her area of, I don't want to say expertise because that's really not the right word here, but her area of complaint was alleged sexism in video games.
Yep.
In fact, she released this whole series called Tropes versus Women, where she
Oh,
would
God, yes. I hope you guys aren't bored. This is just a blast from the past. Blast from the past.
talk about
God,
supposedly
it's-
sexist.
Seems like it was just yesterday, but it wasn't. It was 7 years ago. Holy crap. Let's just go to the source here. Damsel in Distress Part 1. Now, there was also a big deal. I believe she got a shitload of money, and she was going to put together some video game series about how horrible it is for women or some shit.
planet.
Yeah.
The game was to star a 16-year-old hero named Crystal as one of two playable protagonists. She was tasked with traveling through time, fighting prehistoric monsters with her magical staff,
What do
and
they say about the bigger the hoops? Right.
saving the world.
Say
She was strong, she was capable, and she
Mhm.
was heroic.
Great.
Who might you be, Animal Girl?
My name
Ugh.
is Crystal.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to play all this. I don't know how she got away with it, but all right, go ahead.
Action sequences that were originally built for Crystal were converted to feature Fox instead. Crystal is given a skimpier, more sexualized outfit.
Wow. She's. Think we're going to have to skip this one. I think there's too much copyright in there. Let's see. Nate talks to you. It's probably going to be the same thing. Oh, we'll go back to Lauren. Oh God. Oh no.
In a faraway land.
Yeah.
Dark
Now I'm going to get
mess
video game
rises.
commercials. Oh, okay.
Hey,
I understand
Lauren
how this is.
here.
Go ahead.
Because otherwise women wouldn't want to play games.
That's
and by
right.
the way, I do
Yeah.
feel like it's relevant to mention that the whole time she was releasing these videos, she would frame herself as someone who loved video games, but also
But she didn't play video games. That was another big deal. She had no idea.
just happened to find them apparently sexist. But the idea that she was ever a gamer girl
Nope.
is still very much up for debate.
I think it's fair to say she wasn't.
The reality is, this trope is being used in a real world context where backward sexist attitudes are already rampant. It's a sad fact.
I mean, where can you get this quality of entertainment for free? Nowhere else.
A large percentage of the world's population still clings to the deeply sexist belief that women as a group need to be sheltered, protected, and taken care of by men.
Yeah. I remember this. I really didn't. Okay. All right. I'm old school. Okay. So I think the last time I actually played video games was probably Nintendo first one or whatever. A long time ago. Right. Maybe some Xbox, that kind of thing. It wasn't a thing. I enjoy it. It's fun. Just never really got into it all that much. But I know some of you guys are really into that stuff. And that's cool. Well, yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
The belief that women are somehow a naturally weaker gender is a
God.
deeply ingrained, socially constructed myth, which of
God.
course is completely false.
No, it's not a socially constructed myth, you idiot. It's biological fact. Women are not as strong as men. Sorry, you don't have to like it, but that's the way it is.
But the notion is reinforced and perpetuated when women are continuously portrayed as frail, fragile, and vulnerable creatures.
And you might be wondering to yourself, Lauren, why are you talking about this? This is really, really old news. But
it is.
the reason why I bring this up is because according to Anita Sarkeesian, this year marks the 10th anniversary of the start of that series, Tropes versus Women. And so because of that huge milestone, Anita Sarkeesian is back in the news and being honored in some pretty significant ways. Now, back to Miss Sarkeesian, would it surprise you guys to know that she and her organization, Feminist Frequency, have just been awarded a Peabody Award for her series on sexism in video games?
10 years after or whatever? Really? Okay.
That happened, in case there was any doubt that journalism
Was it 2012? Was it really 2012? Shit. I thought it was like 2015. Okay.
is in fact dead. Yeah, just this month, the Peabody organization, the guys who give out the Peabody Award, they released a statement saying Feminist Frequency is one of 16 pioneering legacy projects honored as part of the Peabody's newest category, digital and interactive storytelling.
Well, it certainly was a lot of storytelling.
Founded in 2009, Feminist Frequency advances critical, complex conversations about pop culture, an antidote to the emphasis on simplicity and curtness that characterizes so much of contemporary discourse on social media.
I thought Feminist Frequency kind of went away a long time ago. Maybe not.
And as part of receiving this award, Anita Sarkeesian did give an interview to the Peabody organization. And of course, she wasted no time playing the victim.
The work that I did with Feminist Frequency received an enormous backlash for challenging the status quo of gaming as a male-dominated space.
It is.
Just one voice in the rise of voices that came up as social media started to become bolder and bigger and more voices were being amplified. It became really apparent that abuses in the games industry and toxicity in the games industry and gaming communities was of paramount importance, that we really needed to address these issues.
Okay.
Okay, then.
So number one, and this might just be me, but I think it's kind of strange to, while you are receiving an award and being honored in this huge way, which, I mean, like it or not, the Peabody is a big deal. It's weird to spend time addressing.
I mean, can a quick side note? I don't know why women like those French nails. I think that's what Lauren has. Like the tips of them are painted. Why? Are there any girls in the chat? Why do you do that?
Your haters and painting yourself as a victim, it's like you are being given a Peabody Award. Seriously,
Yeah,
you're still trying to make it out like you're the underdog. I mean, she really does spend a lot of this interview, at least the parts that
Well,
are
she is a victim, obviously. She's female in the United States.
up online, complaining about people being mean to her. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, personally, if I were being honored in that way, I would spend more time talking about my supporters and things like that. But you do you, Anita. And I mean, to be fair, she does thank her supporters, but yeah, like a disproportionate amount of time.
Does she have any supporters? You know, honestly. Why are you such an asshole? I don't know. Well, feminist frequency. Let's see. Did they have anything? This used to be chock full of ideas. Looks like they're still there. Oh, they are still posting. Okay. Emily explains why Strange Days is okay. Someone's movie. Blade Runner has big problems. God. Looks like it's just pure kind of movies and shit. They used to actually do feminist type stuff. I guess not anymore, huh? Star Trek podcast. All right. Star Trek Disco. The Terminator franchise. Okay. Yeah. Where's the good hardcore feminist crap we used to get? That was much more fun. Oh, Run Lola Run. That's a good movie. That's really a good flick. I don't know if you've seen it. That's the same lady that was in Born Identity or whatever. She was the girlfriend. Nice German girl. Can't think of her name, but that's a good movie. That's really, really a good movie. So I don't know if it's feminist or not, but it's good. So in case you have the opportunity, it's a good flick. There used to be. I saw it on IFC. Remember IFC? The Independent Film Channel. They used to actually play independent films. Yeah, last time I looked, they were playing like UFO shit, whatever. It's like, no. Bring the films back. I like those. Got to see some weird. This is another good flick. Long Kiss Goodnight. Have you seen that? That's a really good. That's an exciting movie. Gina Davis is the well, I won't spoil it for you, but she was a secret agent, and somehow she forgot or whatever, or she was pretending that she wasn't, and she was just being a suburban mom and all that, and then she got wrapped back up into the secret agent shit. It's a really good movie. Really, it was good. What else do we have here? The Mary Sue trope. Oh, this is years ago. Oh, looks like they took quite a break 2 years ago. Yeah, not nearly as prolific as the hamster, and you get it for free. All right, what else? We can find some feminist shit back here somewhere, right? It's got to be something. Star Trek, Greta Thunberg, probably. Message in the media literacy. Jack Ryan. What? Okay. Sea Lions, Tone Police, and Concern Trolls. Yeah. Doesn't sound exciting at all. Let's see. Feminist frequency at GDC. Don't know what that is. Feminist frequency radio. Okay. Come on, where's the man bashing? That's much more fun. Who was that one chick that did oh God, what was her name? Yeah, I have that video somewhere on the channel. I think she was feminist frequency or what the hell was that chick's name? Marina, shut up. You remember Marina, shut up? Why not? Marina, shut up. All right. Marina, shut up. Is she doing anything new? I don't think so. I think she hasn't done stuff for a while. Let's find it. I rejected a guy. Now he's a Nazi leader. Okay. All right, Marina. You've got my interest. Let's see what's happening with you.
That's my high school experience. So I wanted to share it because I'm processing it, and
okay.
So I went to high school in Fair Oaks, which is a suburb in Sacramento in Northern California. And that is like on the border of Fair Oaks is Orangevale, which is where this news story takes
I mean,
place.
you can tell that this was riveting. Let's find another man-bashing one. There we go. Toxic masculinity. There you go. Let's go.
So a common comment I receive on this channel is that
Uh-huh.
I don't focus on men's issues enough.
Oh.
So don't say I never gave you anything. That is a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Let's talk about toxic masculinity.
That's another thing that was a trend for a while. These stupid eyelashes. I'm sorry. They just don't look good on anyone.
This will be fun.
No.
I think out of all of the feminist terms, toxic masculinity might be one of the most widely misunderstood. And I'm pretty sure that's just based on the name. But I didn't come up with the name. It wasn't me. I know, weirdly enough, I personally didn't create the concept.
Mm-hmm. You guys remember Marina Shut Up? Yeah. Long time ago. She hasn't posted anything for a long time. Yahtzee leader. Yes, exactly. But we're going to skip that one.
Toxic masculinity.
That was a little bit too
You heard it
slow.
here first, folks.
Yes.
When people talk about toxic masculinity,
Uh-huh.
what they're not saying is that men are inherently toxic, because they aren't. You aren't. You know
Really?
that. I know that. We all know that. With toxic
Okay.
masculinity, really. This is toxic masculinity. What
Mm.
toxic masculinity does describe is a forced adherence to a set of gender roles, expectations, and behaviors.
Okay.
So if you were a man or a boy
Mhm.
or assigned male at birth, then
Mhm.
you were expected to
Even this shit was going on back then. If you were assigned male at birth.
embody a certain set of characteristics.
Oh God, I just saw a commercial the other day. Something about, and they actually said, well, whatever you were designed at, or assigned at birth.
These characteristics
Assigned? What do you mean?
commonly include strong, assertive,
Mm.
not showing unpleasant emotions other than anger, and
Mm.
definitely no crying. Dominant,
Mm.
like sports. Don't be a wimp. Boys don't cry. Boys
Mm.
don't cry. Boys don't cry.
Especially Jordan Peterson. Oh God.
Cooking, dancing, taking care of your personal appearance,
Yeah.
having feelings, nah, that's for girls. Good with your hands and able to definitely fix a car. Competitive, always needs to be in charge.
Not always.
Aggressive.
It depends. You know, it's a tough world out there. Sometimes you gotta go out there and beat other people to get where you want to go. Not beat literally, not violent, but beat them, compete against them, and win.
This continues, but
So-
you get it.
So yeah, it's just that the girls have a different mind. We should just all cooperate. If we just all sat down and sang "Kumbaya," everything would be fine.
These are all traits that tend to be associated with men and masculinity. And
okay.
you'll see that some of these traits are good and some of these traits are bad.
Really, point out the ones that are good and ones are bad.
Such as the case with being aggressive, always needing to be in charge, and
Ah.
repressing your emotions.
Those are bad. Yeah. Repressing the emotions. Translated into when I want a dude and he doesn't show his feelings toward me.
So that's not to say that everything that we consider
Yes, even back then, they were still using code words.
masculine is inherently bad, because there are
yes,
a
it
lot
is.
of really positive characteristics that are associated with masculinity.
Yeah, mainly the ones that benefit women.
However,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
problem I think comes from gendering these traits
Oh.
and making them things that you have to be if you are considered a man or a woman. Because
Oh.
anyone of any gender can like sports or know
Uh-huh.
how to fix a car or be assertive.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I think it's interesting that we nurture these traits, the positive and the negatives, in boys.
really, we nurture these. Okay. Boys are just not naturally competitive.
And we don't nurture them in girls.
Okay.
But there's a whole other set of
Competitive and cooperative, no. Couldn't possibly have anything to do with evolution and biology. No. Okay.
traits and characteristics that
No.
we nurture and expect from girls
Course
and
not.
women. And I've touched on that in so many other videos.
Yes, you
Another
have.
problem is that society tends to punish boys who don't live up to these expectations of like traditional masculinity.
Now, the rest of my video footage was magically corrupted. So here, have some 50s stock footage of white people. Okay. Where is it?
If boys are perceived as
Oh, there they
feminine
are.
in any way, then they're called wimps and pussies and told not to be like girls.
Who does that? Who does that?
I think perhaps the biggest issue with toxic masculinity and what makes it
See now, if that guy were a real man, he'd be shaven with a freaking Bowie knife. Come on now, he's a wimp.
so toxic are the effects of forcing men and boys to repress their emotions.
Here we go again.
Being sad or vulnerable or afraid or, God forbid, crying are totally normal and natural human emotions to experience.
And men do that, just not in front of you. So.
Like, those aren't gendered concepts. Everyone feels that way.
And women, society allows women to do that in front of everybody. Society allows men to do that in front of anybody. But you know who doesn't allow that? Women. They don't want their man to be crying and weepy and be a wimp. Sorry.
At some point, the problem arises when you pretend that those emotions don't exist.
Or they do and you just don't see them often.
And you don't allow people to experience them. I have so many friends of all genders who talk to their therapists about certain emotions that they haven't allowed themselves to fully experience.
Okay.
And that almost always plays out in a negative way psychologically. Being able to identify, experience, and manage unpleasant emotions is a really important skill to have as an adult.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It'll help you cope with negative life experiences down the line in a healthy way that isn't destructive to yourself or other people.
No, I mean, she's not wrong. You know, she's not wrong on that.
But when men and boys are receiving constant societal messages from the media, their peers, their teachers, their family, etc.
Look at all the friggin' grease in that guy's hair. Holy shit, Brill cream, man. A little dabble do you. not a whole gallon.
Telling them that they're not allowed to experience those unpleasant emotions and they can only react with anger and not with sadness or grief or empathy or vulnerability. I think that is the core of toxic masculinity. That's the line between masculinity and toxic masculinity. I'm going to preface this by saying that obviously not all men are violent. Yeah, but when you only give men a handful of ways to express their emotions, violence is going to be one of them. And in
I don't know about that.
my opinion, the reason that we see disproportionate rates of violence committed by men.
I mean, violence when necessary. But just because you're angry and you go beat somebody up, come on now. That hurts to get beat up. You don't want to do that.
Is because of toxic masculinity. We also see this in the disproportionate suicide rates between men and women. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of data on non-binary people. Otherwise, I would
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Mention it. Sorry, we need more research. Men are disproportionately more likely to die by suicide. Although women do attempt suicide more often, men are more likely to be successful at it. And that's
yes. Another thing, unfortunately, men are better at.
Because of the methods that they use to commit suicide. Men are also less likely to go to the doctor when they have an ailment or an illness, and they are less likely to seek out mental health services.
That's true, I think. That much is true. I don't know about the doctor. I mean, if you're sick, you see, I think women, and I'm not saying this is a negative, but I think women, it's like, oh yeah, I got this, I got to go to the doctor. It's, my knee hurts. Okay, you're gonna run to the doctor?
And I do think that this can be attributed to the expectations that we place on men to always be strong.
Look at him smoking cigarettes and everything. Oh my God.
And also just the way that we view disability and
in the house. Oh my God.
Mental illness as a weakness. So that's kind of like the intersection between disability and gender. Being mentally ill or disabled doesn't make you weak, but seeking medical treatment for those things makes it so that you'll be better able to cope with them. But then there are whole other issues of accessibility. God, being intersectional is hard. So yeah, that got a little muddled, and I'm not sure if I fully explained the concept of toxic masculinity well. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments, and I will try my best to respond to them. Either
okay. Well, I mean, she's not 100% wrong. She got a couple things in there that were reasonable. Personal questions. Don't like rich, crazy Asians. Are Trump supporters really bad people? Of course. Oh, gee, look, 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Still talking. Oh, here's a turf. She's even talking about turfs. Oh, God. You. Oh, God. Oh, God. We have to. We got to go in there with Riley. Come on. Got to do it.
I hate this so much.
We're in the wrong profession.
Riley Dennis, I
Well,
think.
the reason I did this is because I sit alone and like just talk.
Riley Dennis. Yeah. Man. Riley Dennis. Mental illness doesn't make you weak. No, I think she probably meant seeking help for mental problems doesn't make you weak. Yeah, doesn't mean you're not a real man if you have to go talk to a therapist or something. I agree with that. You know, sometimes shit, you gotta do something, right?
Talk to a fucking camera. I didn't sign up to be with other
God.
people. And it's like, it's fine until we turn on the camera. And
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. This brings back the memories here. Okay.
it's really weird. Like, we had a whole conversation and it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they're like Blair. There's Blair White and Riley Dennis, and you know some of these people around a long time who are transsexual. You know, this guy's obviously a male, and the same with Blair. But I mean, now it's like every other person. It seems they're just forcing this stuff into your face. It's like, good Lord.
Maybe I'm making you like worse because I'm being like weird.
Sorry, Marina, your audio sucks. So maybe we'll try one more. Then I suppose I should go to bed. What time is it? Oh, it's 2:00. We got some time. Tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. Can you be a feminist and? All right.
If you've ever stumbled across women's lifestyle magazines, then you're probably familiar with choice feminism, even if you didn't
No, I haven't.
specifically know it by name. These publications will argue that everything from bob haircuts to being catcalled to being a lazy piece of are super feminist and empowering.
What
exactly is choice feminism?
I
Choice
don't know.
feminism is most succinctly explained by writer Sarah Didham, who refers to it as the "Can you be a feminist and" game, or CYBAF for short. The "Can you be a feminist and" game often plays out like this.
Okay.
Can you be a feminist and have a traditional wedding despite the institution of marriage originating as a form of legal control over women?
You be a feminist and a stay-at-home mom while your husband works.
Can you be a feminist and still love Game of Thrones despite the graphic depictions of sexual violence against women? Khaleesi would totally be a feminist.
Game of Thrones. Never watched it. But I think what's her name? Emily Clark or whatever. She's cute. Good actress. Yeah.
If feminism
Seems like a nice person.
was
I mean,
a
who
concept
knows?
that
Right?
had been invented during
They're actors, so you never know if they're real or
fictional
not.
time period the show takes place,
Uh-huh.
and if dragons were real. The "Can you be a feminist and" game is meant to critique the hundreds of op-ed articles online that self-consciously ask the question, can I still be a feminist even if I participate in activities that
Oh God. Oh, okay. I'll let her play.
reflect traditional
I just
gender
thought of
roles?
one. Hold
According
on.
to Andy Zeisler, co-founder of my fave publication, Bitch Magazine, choice feminism has devolved into the idea that anything is a feminist choice so long as a feminist chooses it. Not just relationships and kids and career, but also religion, dieting, breast
What
implants,
the-
stiletto heels, gun ownership, and capitalist megalomania. Basically, any choice a woman makes is inherently empowering
Oh.
because feminism? Choice feminism can also be quickly summed up by
Oh,
this article posted on
no.
The Onion entitled
Oh, no.
Women Now Empowered by Everything
Yeah.
a Woman Does. The term choice feminism was first coined by author Linda Hirschman in her book Get to Work. In it, Hirschman criticizes choice feminism and argues that the only way to live up to feminist ideals is for women to devote their lives to their careers. However, the book has been widely criticized by feminists for shaming stay-at-home moms who choose parenting over having a career. Maybe let's not shame women for having kids, perhaps?
Oh, yeah.
That's just me. Hirschman's argument misses the mark for several reasons. Number one, as long as birth control
Mhm.
and abortion are made inaccessible to certain cis women,
Yeah, I have to
as well
grunt.
as some trans men and
Once in
non-binary
a while.
folks, pregnancy can't be
Oh,
considered
Jesus,
a choice
what
that
the hell
everyone is
happened to this
equally
person?
able to make. The people most
Oh my
affected by
God.
reproductive injustice are folks living in states with conservative laws dictating abortion, birth control, and sex education.
Oh,
People
God.
who don't have the financial means to afford birth control or abortion. Minors under the age of
This-
18 in states that require parental
this-
consent. And people who don't have access.
You're going to love this one. You're going to love Melissa. Oh, this is a gem. This is a gem. Are you ready? But Hamster, you already done this one. I know. I'm feeling in the mood. Let's see. There we go. All right. Share that. Oh, blow her up. Oh, you're so violent. What do you mean blow her up? Oh, come on. HBO is 100% accurate and real. Yeah, HBO. Yes. Just swim faster, ladies, than a man won't, whatever. God, these two comments are going fast tonight. All right. Melissa Fabello.
So I've been thinking a lot about dudes lately.
Mm-hmm. Have you? That's great.
And not in a fun way. Not in a man-hating way either. Just, thinking about male allies in particular.
Male allies. Male feminists.
Feminists, if you will.
Mm.
And I feel like I got a lot to say.
Good. Well, let's hear it. That's what we're here for.
Let's start here. I love me some allies.
In case you're not familiar with the vernacular, an ally is somebody who is like a feminist.
You do work that I can't do. You support me in my missions. You treat me with dignity and respect. You're not scum.
Yeah, but if you're not a male feminist, you are, by implication, scum. You scummy bastard, you.
And that's awesome.
Oh,
But some of you aren't doing so great.
Oh.
Some of you call yourselves feminists and then do some really sexist, misogynist things.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No way. What sort of things are these scumbags? I'm sorry, not scumbags. What are these wonderful allies doing?
Some of you talk a really good talk, but when it comes to applying feminist values to your everyday lives, really don't walk the walk too well.
I see. Okay. So how can we improve as a male feminist?
And I'm just confused.
I'm as well.
So I wanted to give you a few reminders, just a few, on how to be a good ally.
Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. Are you ready, guys? Let me get out my pencil and paper. I better write this down. Yeah.
So,
All right.
dear feminist men, you still have social power in every interaction you have in a day.
Really? Well, obviously, being men, the oppressive horror story you live in. Yeah.
Yes, even with fellow feminists.
No way.
Just because I'm a feminist and you're a feminist doesn't mean that when we have a conversation, magically socialization goes out the window.
Oh, see, you're not addressing the Queen here correctly. You evil men.
Think about that actively,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, I'll get on that right now.
You have a duty to amplify the voices of women.
No, I don't. That'd be a big no. Nope, I don't have to do that for you because you're strong and powerful. You go girl, fishes, bicycles, girl power, future's female. Why the hell should I have to say anything?
That means you should share our work.
See, if you're useful to me, you can share my work.
It means you should reference our resources.
Okay.
It means that if you get called to be on a panel, you need to ask whether or not there's a woman on that panel too.
See, if you get called to be on a professional panel or something, and there ain't enough females on there, you should refuse the invitation. I will not come to your panel thing unless there's more chicks. Oh, God, you're so sexy. You said chick. Oh, my God. But, of course, these days, I'm sure Melissa would probably say not only women, but people of color and trans people and LGBTQ plus AIG, XYZ. And pretty much there's no room for anyone but them. White men not allowed. That's kind of right. We getting there?
Yeah, even if the panel is on masculinity.
Yeah, I think no. I think we're good.
Because just like you can talk about feminism, we can talk about manhood.
Okay then.
We're well versed in manhood.
I think she was trying to do a little funny there.
Speaking of masculinity, could you not make everything about you?
Yeah, don't do that. Make it about me. Yes. See, now you're understanding. Don't make anything about you. Make it about me.
Part of breaking down patriarchal norms involves deconstructing hegemonic masculinity.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Definitely a PhD in gender studies. No question about that.
Talking about how patriarchy stifles men and how to strive toward a more positive masculinity is important and necessary work.
See, the only thing about the patriarchy stifling men is if in some way they can't be useful to me. Patriarchy, well, it's harming men as well because they won't let you do stuff for me. Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Okay.
But if the
Thanks for your permission, though. Thank you.
the bulk of your feminist work is putting the focus on men, you're kind of missing the point.
Yeah, see, it should be on the women. Don't you know? It is the women who are oppressed, you evil man. Don't you know that?
Do both.
Oh.
Trans guys exist.
Yeah. Yes.
I've seen so many lists coming out lately, like, the top 10 feminist dudes you want to follow on Twitter.
Justin, what's his face from earlier?
Or like 5 feminist dudes doing great work. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But then it turns out they're all cisgender.
Oh, no. Excuse me, hamster. What the hell does cisgender mean? It means that you are what you're born. I know. It's crazy. So you need more manual transmissions. See, it's not just good enough that you're a feminist man. You got to be a feminist male transitioning. See, so keep on digging the hole, Melissa. Go ahead.
If you're going to compile or be featured in a list of kick-ass feminist men, make sure trans guys are included.
See, it's not just enough to be supportive of your cause. You have to be a particular kind of male feminist. Okay.
And if you don't have any trusted go-tos already, sounds like you've got homework.
Trusted go-tos. What are you getting at, dear? Sorry, you're losing me now.
Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about that. Yes.
Remember how I was saying that you can't just shut off your socialization? That also applies in sex.
Well, okay then.
Like, I have actually seen so-called feminist guys get women to sleep with them just by virtue of being feminist guys.
Excuse me. Excuse me 1 second. You could phrase it that way. They got women to sleep with them because they were feminine, or the women chose to sleep with them because they were feminist. Remember the agent and the object? Remember all that shit? Women have agency too. Right? Isn't that what feminism is all about? So the women too can choose themselves. Not some evil man convincing them, eh? No. Nope.
That's fucked up.
Is it? What about her agency? She did not have to fuck the dude. No. He pulled out his magic feminist dust, I guess.
Don't use feminism to get laid. That's not what it's here for.
What is it here for then?
You could argue that feminism is supposed to be sexually liberating, but yeah, for women. You already get to have promiscuous sex.
Oh. Of course, we know she's talking about the top 10% of guys or 5%. Not just us regular guys.
You already get to experience sexual pleasure.
Yeah, all the time. It's like fucking breathing for most guys. Like drinking water, nothing. Anytime we want it.
You already
We got pussy on tap here in this house.
have all of mainstream sexuality culture focused on you.
Did I tell you guys this would be a doozy? Did I tell you this would be a doozy? I was not lying. Cooper's, one of the only breweries that's still Australian owned. Great. I think I've had Cooper's. It's probably not the same, though. You know, I have to ship it over here. Or they make it in Texas or something. Okay, let's get back to Melissa.
Don't use feminism as an excuse to use people.
I would agree. But again, you're putting the ownership of the activity on the man. She also had a choice.
Speaking of feminist guys and sex.
Okay. Tell us all about it.
Look, I'm really glad that you enjoy going down on women.
I used to until I found out about the dangers of cancer. Yeah, I think I'll skip.
Right on. But it's kind of weird when you bring it up all the time.
Yeah, I would say.
Like, I love eating pussy. Me too. What do you want? A cookie?
I'd rather not get cancer. Thank you.
And I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to show that you're not like one of those guys who...
So if you're not a feminist, you don't go down and eat pussy? Okay, you see, you learn something new every day. If you're not a feminist man, you're one of those other guys that don't eat pussy.
Who thinks that cunnilingus is gross or that vulvas are ugly?
Well, they smell bad too. What? Well, they can.
But you're upholding that same construct that dudes aren't supposed to like going down.
Who are making these rules? Who's making the rules that we're not supposed to go down?
When you profess your supposedly rare love of it, just do it.
Just do it. Get down there. Lick my clam.
We can tell whether you like it or not.
Okay then, Melissa.
Will you tell your friends to shut the fuck up?
No, I won't.
Like, I know that attempted allyship is exhausting. My cousins are always posting racist shit on Facebook, and I'm like, ugh.
Why don't you talk to them then?
Guys, I don't feel like getting into this right now. But you know what else is exhausting that people don't feel like getting into all the time?
What's that, Melissa? Do inform us.
Oppression.
Oh, yes, the oppressed women. It's a damn shame, I'm telling you.
So do the right thing and say something.
Something.
Hey, dude, maybe when you talk about your girlfriend, you shouldn't sexually objectify her.
Why is her face getting yellow? Is that just me or what the... Well, Melissa, your lighting isn't so good there.
Or, Dad, I understand that you hold this belief that women are fiscally irresponsible to be true, but I actually know a lot of women who are good with money.
Okay, well, good. It
doesn't take much.
Yeah. So, when in doubt, say something and get down and lick her pussy.
You don't have to apologize for your gender. In fact,
I don't.
In fact, don't. That's unnecessary.
Thank you. Thank you for your permission.
I'm not mad at your gender.
Goody.
I'm mad at that guy for doing something effed up.
Okay. Like, what would be fucked up?
I'm mad at society for letting men get away with violence.
Get away with violence. Well, I thought we had laws and shit against violence. I know. Who knew?
I'm not angry
Maybe she's living in Canada or something. Who knows?
at men by virtue of their being men.
Ah.
And if I were and I wanted an apology, it would have to be better than the on the behalf of kind.
Yeah. I'm not going to apologize for being a dude. So if that's really what you're going for, not going to happen.
Women are people.
No shit. Son of a.
You don't have to be scared of us. I always get men who are trying to work in solidarity with me say stuff like, I really, really, really hope you don't find this offensive, but I think you're pretty.
This was pre-Me Too.
Dude, on the list of my things to worry about, you finding me attractive and paying me a compliment really isn't on it.
Yeah, except when Me Too happened. Yeah, this was before that, though.
Or they'll give some weird kind
let me just take a guess, Melissa, that if some guy you didn't find attractive came up and said, hey, you're really pretty, I bet you'd call HR, wouldn't you?
of disclaimer like, trigger
Because that'd be harassment, wouldn't it?
warning, I'm a man.
Yep.
Okay, that's okay.
Good.
Don't
Yeah.
overthink it. When you're overly cautious, you're treating us like we're fragile or on the verge of exploding, which is actually really sexist.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. If by chance you can read her mind and determine in advance if she is attracted to you, you can pretty much get away with anything you want. However, if you can read her mind and find out she is not attracted to you, you can't get away with anything. Not even a hello in the morning. Okay? Are you with me, allies?
Find a balance.
Yeah, find a balance.
Just be respectful.
Oh.
And lastly,
Yes, please yell at me some more. That's why we're here.
the most important reminder to feminist men.
Okay. Yes. Finally, the denouement.
Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
I know I poked a little bit of fun at you in this video, but really I appreciate you and your work so much. Movements are strong on their own, but the work that allies do is really invaluable to our success. So
I feel like I'm getting a hug. You're hugging me.
keep doing what you're doing. Just,
Just do it more.
maybe a little better.
There you go.
And if there's anything that you would like to see male allies doing a little bit better, use the hashtag #DearFeministMen on Twitter to talk about it. Until next time.
All right. Well, there's Melissa Fabello. Wasn't that invigorating and exciting? Yes. Melissa, you know what else is sexist? Everything you're ranting about. Oh, now, see? Clearly, you're an evil, toxic man. I want Yo, you find Melissa attractive, do you? Well, let me change your opinion. Let me change your opinion. Let's see. Where the hell? Oh, okay. Hold on.
Is this thing on? Hey, YouTube. Hey,
There you
YouTube.
go.
Hey, YouTube. Long time no see.
Hello.
Are you ready for it?
No. No, I'm not. 5 years ago. New videos coming in October. Okay. So I wonder, do we do one more? What? Oh, God. All right. All right. Melissa Fabello.
Welcome to beauty school.
Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. How you
The
doing?
YouTube series. And
Hi.
our first ever video version of unpacking body politics and beauty culture through a feminist lens.
Oh, of course it has to be through the feminist lens. Always.
My name is Melissa A. Fabello, and
She does have a nice set of eyes. though.
today
Give her
we'll be
that.
talking about my stomach.
Oh,
Kind of. My stomach and I have a complicated relationship.
my stomach has a first name.
It loves and respects me and does
Uh-huh.
all of the amazing things it's supposed to do. The
Okay.
organ it holds helps me digest food.
That's
And my
nice.
core keeps me from
falling down.
Starving to death. Yeah, that's good.
My stomach, generally speaking, does not fail me. But I sure as hell fail it.
Oh.
And I don't really like it very much.
Okay.
I have like 2 little abs instead of an Instagram-worthy core, and my waist, I feel like, doesn't quite curve in enough. Pants give me muffin tops half the time. By the end of the day, I feel bloated. It's just like...
Maybe not this one. That didn't sound very exciting. Open letter to anti-feminist trolls. Let's do this one.
Today's video is called An Open Letter to Feminist Trolls.
Okay.
But to be honest, this video isn't really for the trolls. It's for everyone who's attacked by the trolls and maybe wants to feel a little bit of solidarity.
And so you're gonna yell at us again for 5 minutes? Okay.
And it's also a little bit because the English language was my love before feminism and sexuality.
She's got those Lisa Loeb glasses, though. You know who Lisa Loeb is, right?
And the idea of combining all of those things into one video makes me unnaturally enthusiastic. So today, I want to take 3 words that...
So why are you doing the effed up lines through the video? What's that all about?
Anti-feminists often use against feminists in an attempt to silence them, and talk a little bit about why they are the most ineffective words to use against someone who believes in gender equality. And
someone who believes in gender equality. Obviously a feminist.
those 3 words are...
Yes? Yes?
Are slut, bitch, and cunt.
Ooh. Well, we're just getting right into it then, aren't we?
It's time to get a little bit more creative.
Okay. An open letter to feminist trolls. All right, Melissa, go ahead. Slut.
One time I received a message from a guy on YouTube regarding a video that I did on why a woman's sexuality is inconsequential. He repeatedly told me that I was a slut.
Oh. Okay. Well, that wasn't very nice.
I guess he missed the entire point of the video. Because let me explain something to you. The word slut, and ones like it, including whore, has already been deconstructed in feminist circles. We have...
You just got to watch out for the keywords. Deconstructed. Critical theory.
already come to the conclusion that
Feminist garbage.
all it is an archaic word used to describe,
A slut.
well, nothing in particular.
No, it describes something very particular. Yeah. We pretty much know what it means.
Because the word slut can be plastered onto anyone who has sex outside of what the person using the word deems appropriate or acceptable.
No. Come on now, Melissa. You know what it means. Usually refers to women, very promiscuous, runs around, has sex with a lot of different people. It's not if they're having sex outside of marriage. Come on now.
So basically, when you call someone a slut, all you're really saying is, I don't like the way you have sex, which is interesting.
I don't really care, but okay.
Because most likely, if you're using that word against me, you actually don't know anything about the reality of my sex life.
I don't really care. But I wouldn't call you a slut. It's none of my business.
So what you're really saying is, I don't like the way I assume that you have sex. All right, yeah, good insult. Really what you're insulting is the idea that you subscribe to a construct that other people behave outside of. And that's really not my problem. And since feminists don't believe in this construct anyway,
Well, yeah, of course not.
it's hard for us to feel bad about ourselves when you use this word against us.
Well, you see, it's another interesting thing about the women. They say it's a slur. Oh, you call me a slut. Can't do that. But then they're proud that they're out banging all these dudes. Why would it be? Why do they hide their number? Oh, the patriarchy. God, I knew it.
The message that I receive when you call me a slut is this.
Yes.
There are people out there that actually still believe that a woman's worth is directly tied to how much sex she has. You have a lot more work to do.
Oh, more work to do. Okay.
To which I respond, you're right. Which is why I need to stop reading this message and get the word out.
Oh, yeah. Bitch.
Funny how I'm only a bitch when I'm not behaving. Like when street harassers go from calling me baby to bitch.
Street harassers. I'm telling you, man, the brainwashing and the programming goes deep.
When I step out of line by, practicing autonomy. Because when you say bitch, what I hear is strong. What I hear is opinionated, outspoken, daring.
I thought, I thought that.
Confident.
Okay.
Because that's actually what you
boss bitch. I thought that was off limits. You couldn't say that anymore.
mean.
Right?
What you mean is that I'm
He's the bossy bitch, and now you're saying, "Oh, that's right. This was several years ago. It could change anytime."
performing womanhood in a way that goes against the status quo, that calls into question your conformity to hegemonic masculinity.
There you go with the hegemonic masculinity again, Melissa. How much did you spend on your degree?
That criticizes your entitlement complex. When you call me a bitch, what you're really
entitlement complex. Okay.
hoping is that I'll shut up.
We need to get a feminist dictionary here, I guess.
Sit down, be seen and not heard. Because that's what womanhood looks like to you. That's
No. Where do they get this shit from? Oh, women should be seen and not heard. What 200 years ago? Seriously? Come on now.
That's what femininity is.
Maybe. I doubt it. I mean, have you ever actually lived with women? They don't, not the ones I've lived with. They don't sit down and shut up.
Submission, subservience. But the real effect.
Right. Yeah, clearly we got ourselves a brainwash going
that
here.
this has on me is that it makes me want to stand taller and
see who in your life, Melissa? You're a doctor, for fuck's sake. Who told you to sit down and shut up and be silent and submissive? Who did that?
speak louder. Because the entire point of my work is
But I mean, they got to have something to bitch about, don't they? Oh, well, women in 1840. Yeah, well, we don't live in 1840 anymore.
to break down this construct.
But women in zero, they put women out in huts when they were menstruating. We don't live in the year zero anymore.
And you're never going to shut that down, especially not with an insult as contrived. And
Actually, there wasn't really a year zero, or was there? It just went from -1 to 1, right? Or did we get a 0? I don't know.
conceived, not to mention overused, as a bitch.
Yeah, right. Cunt.
When you call me a cunt, you're literally calling me a vagina.
Okay.
And newsflash, vaginas don't offend me.
Okay.
In fact, I just so happen to have a vagina.
Wow.
I carry one with me all the time.
Not all women these days have vaginas, though. Stop being so square, bro, or bra, or chick.
I see a vagina, or at least a vulva, every single day.
Wow.
It's grown with me. It's been there for me through tough times.
Yeah, there it is. Right there.
It's the source of some of the greatest carnal pleasure on earth.
All
My
right.
vagina doesn't bother me. In fact, I actually love my vagina. So calling me a cunt is basically a compliment.
Okay.
The thing is, when you call someone a vagina, or, a cunt, in an attempt to disrespect someone, what you're really saying is that you disrespect vaginas.
No. You know damn good and well what the word means, and it doesn't mean vagina.
That there's something inherently wrong
Well, it does, but not in the sense when you call someone that.
with vaginas. And you know what? Society tells me all day that vaginas are gross and dirty and scary.
Who tells you that? Who tells you vaginas are dirty and scary and gross? I would like to know who these people are. Could you name a name?
Just take a look at any tampon commercial. It's
Take a look at any tampon commercial. Okay.
sends the same message you do when you call me a cunt. You
Okay then.
are just one more voice drowning in a sea of voices telling me to be ashamed and embarrassed by my vagina.
Not really. What the hell are you talking about? What kind of twisted shit did you learn in college? A tampon commercial tells you that your vagina is smelly and stinky and rotten. How? How does that work?
And you know what? I'm bored with the idea that vaginas are problematic.
Nobody says they are. Where are you coming up with this shit? Honestly, is she just trying to be funny here? I don't know.
I'm over it. But
Well,
here's the thing.
all right.
I am not a vagina.
Yes.
I have a vagina.
Thank you for the lesson.
And reducing me to my vagina, yes, even in this non-sexual way, just validates what I'm doing. I need to be a feminist because vagina is an insult. So thank you for reminding me of why I need to keep fighting. Because that's really what's funny about your
She's got to be. This has got to be like a joke, right? This can't be real.
silencing tactics. They don't work. Worse, they do the opposite of what you're hoping they're gonna do. You're not silencing us. You're not scaring us.
Yeah.
You're not even offending us. You're just providing us with more and more reasons to fight back. So what I mean to say is, thanks. While I'm out here busting my ass to make a difference in the world, you're sitting behind a computer screen hurling uncreative insults at me, not making a dent in dismantling feminism, and if anything, fueling my fire. And before you suggest that I go back to the kitchen, because that's where I belong, right? I want you to know that I actually enjoy cooking. Baking is like self-care to me. So what you're really telling me is, take care of yourself, darling. Rest up. You got a whole lot of patriarchy to smash. And you're right. I do. So until next time.
Oh, God. Visit to book her for presentations. Could you imagine?
Today's video is called
Could you imagine? Well, I think we've I guess we'll wrap things up. I think she was trying to be half funny there. Maybe she was funny once in a while. YouTube Trailer Park is here. Hello. But if there weren't any tampon commercials, it would be a pretty... Yes, you know how this game works, don't you? Yep. Well, tampon commercials are oppressive. But if you didn't advertise tampons, it would be oppressive. Okay? Thank you, Finish. Thank you, Michelle. Everyone. Lat is here. MGTOW by Logic. Northwest something. All right. You guys have a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye.